Hello, West Ham Network. It is Holly and I am here with your Hammers headlines for today, Wednesday, the 30th of August, 2023. This is run in collaboration with the brilliant KUMB.com, guys, and we have plenty of new and emerging stories to discuss today, as we always seem to during the transfer window. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. Up first, Maxwell Cornet may well be on his way out as multiple clubs are circling for the 26-year-old. Everton were the first club to make proper moves for him, with Sean Dyche having previously managed Cornet in his time at Burnley. In fact, at Burnley, Cornet thrived under Dyche's management, so it could be one that both the manager and player are keen on. Cornet will want more game time and will be hoping to revive his career after a poor season with West Ham, while Dyche is desperate to add reinforcements to his weakened squad. But it isn't only Everton, as reports on Twitter are now suggesting that Nottingham Forest have also joined the race to sign him. In my opinion, if we're going to move on one player in a position that we have more than enough cover for at the moment, it would unfortunately be Cornet. It's a shame, as he did look somewhat promising with the glimpses that we managed to see of him, but then he had that long calf injury and never really got back into the mix. Looking at his best moments in a West Ham shirt, it would have been his late equaliser against Chelsea, which for anyone remembers, it was then disallowed after VAR pulled it back due to a very debatable foul by Bowen on goalkeeper Mendy, where he kind of caught him, but kind of didn't. Bit of a controversial one. As a reminder, we signed Cornet last summer for £17.8 million from Burnley, but he struggled to make an impact, providing no goals or assists in 14 Premier League appearances, many of which he had very little game time. Another benefit of selling Cornet, alongside the fact that we don't seem to have a use for him at the club, is that we could make some money from the deal, and it would also free up space for another homegrown talent to join. But would Cornet be your preferred player to leave before the end of the window? If you could pick one, let us know. For your second story, Alvarez, Cornet, Souček and Coufal have all been called up for September internationals, and we are still waiting to find out if any other West Ham players will get the call up for their national teams. New hammer Edson Alvarez has been named in the Mexico squad, while current hammer Cornet has been selected for the Ivory Coast squad. Finally, Thomas Souček and Vladimir Coufal will be in action in September as the Czech Republic face Albania and Hungary. Bowen and Ward-Prowse are also pushing to be in the England squad that will be announced tomorrow. The difficulty for Bowen is that Saka, Grealish, Foden, Callum Wilson, Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford were the forwards that were included in the last England squad. So he faces some very tough competition for those spots. So perhaps James Ward-Prowse is more likely to make it into the England team, but he is going to have to get in ahead of Rice and Bellingham to do that, which obviously also won't be a given. That said, in the England squad, Henderson went to Saudi, Maguire isn't playing at United, and Calvin Phillips isn't getting any game time at City. So there definitely will be space for players to prove themselves. Could we see more West Ham players get the call up? Time will tell. And last but not least, Sevilla's manager has said that he is worried Yusuf Nesyri will lead their club to join West Ham before the deadline. It's quite nice hearing other people say they're worried about people coming to West Ham. Usually it's us worried about us losing our own players. So this is according to a report from AS, with the Sevilla manager saying that he thinks the move is likely. We know that a striker is one of the key positions, if not the key position that we need to fill before the end of the transfer window. And this is certainly one that could make for a very interesting season ahead. The talented striker is pretty much unstoppable in the air. And if you watch any highlight reels of his gameplay, you'll see that he loves to get on the end of a long ball. And he's extremely clinical with his headers. He does a lot of the hard work chasing the ball. He's got brilliant strength. And he is no stranger to working as a lone striker, which is rare, as we know. And this is particularly important as we need someone that is able to make things happen and hunt the ball down, even when they're not being gifted possession. That is why we've struggled to replace Antonio. Goodness knows how many times we've tried to do it now. Excuse me, because it's a very specific type of player that can work well as a lone striker and doesn't need that service. If we can pull off the signing of this 26-year-old, I would say that we've basically smashed the transfer window. The only other position that we need someone in urgently, in my opinion, is a left back. But there's still time for us to work that out, and I would prefer for us to focus on a striker. It's thought that we could sign Nesyri for around £27 million. So this would be an incredible bit of business and a fantastic replacement for Antonio when he inevitably leaves at some point. The big question, though, what would you rate our transfer window out of 10 if we can add Nesyri to the squad? Leave a comment to let us know. So there we have it. Those are your Hammers headlines for today. The transfer window means there are new updates continuously coming out, and we will be here reporting, slowly losing my voice as well, and as many of them as we can, as always. So make sure you've subscribed and give this video a cheeky thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Also, if you would like more exclusive content, remember you can become a member of West Ham Network and enjoy even more content just for you, as well as getting the chance to win amazing prizes in giveaways every single month. That is all from me. So have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for watching. And until next time, come on, you Irons.